Hey guys, Hal here coming at you with another movie review. Thank you for clicking on this video and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be discussing Superman 4, A Quest for Peace, the Superman film that almost nuked the franchise. Let's talk capes, Cold War politics, and a film that kind of hurts. So let's get to it. So, released in 1987, Superman 4 sees the Man of Steel take on the biggest threat of the time, the nuclear arms race. After receiving a heartfelt letter from a child asking him to rid the world of nuclear weapons, Superman decides to step in, literally collecting every nuke on Earth and tossing them into the sun. Unfortunately, Lex Luthor, now partnered with his doofus nephew Lenny, played by John Cryer, uses a strand of Superman's hair to create Nuclear Man, a solar-powered villain in gold armor, roaring like a lion with mental long silver nails. Now, I have to be honest, this is the film that I was never really looking forward to reviewing. Yes, I watched them all as a kid, and this was part of the collection. So whenever I was watching the Superman films, I would put this one on. But even as a kid, I did understand and can see that the quality had deteriorated in this one. I actually did enjoy Nuclear Man, I suppose, as a kid. I quite liked that they brought this other superhero into it, but you could see that it's pretty shocking. But we're going to get into those details today anyway. Now, the film did have noble intentions. Christopher Reeve even co-wrote part of this story. He wanted to bring Superman back to his morally driven roots. He even made the plot about global peace, which was something deeply personal to him. But the budget was totally slashed. Instead of the $35 million that was needed to make the film, it was cut right down to $17 million, which meant cheaper sets, rubbish and reused effects, and pretty much graphics that looked like something that could come off a Commodore 64. And you oldies will remember that. There's this fight on the moon that looks like a high school stage play. Like the dialogue's really awkward. Scenes are edited really funny. And Superman's got powers now that are kind of, he gets powers that whatever the plot needs him to have really to move the story forward. It's really, really strange. And there's even a scene where this, where this flying footage is reused over and over and over again. And it's so obvious, the color grading of him as well doesn't suit any of the backgrounds. He really does stand out. Like some of these scenes you'd think have got better over time. After Superman 1 all the way up to 3 have had pretty good graphics, but this one is shocking. And I could even tell that as a kid. So to watch it now as an adult, it really is a hard watch. Still, the film isn't totally kryptonite. You've got Christopher Reeve once again as Superman, who is as committed as ever. You can tell he really does want to make the movie work. And you've also got Gene Hackman, who reprises his role as Lex Luthor, and he hams it up more than ever. It really gives off like this nostalgic feel, and this nice, as I say, nostalgic undertone, sincerity that's kind of buried in all the mess. And although it's very political, the scene where Superman is talking to the UN still gives off amazingly perfect superhero vibes. So some of my highlights for this film, and yes, there are some, although stupid, there's some just kind of guilty pleasures of it that I quite enjoy. There's a part where Clark and Superman have both agreed to take Lacey and Lois out on a date. Why he would agree to do that, I have no idea, as he's the same person. But anyway, you've got this scene where you've got him trying to take Lois out on a date, and you've also got Clark then taking Lacey out on a date in the same apartment. So you've got him trying to get backwards and forwards, trying to, have a meal with each of them whilst he's trying to change backwards and forwards. I mean, if you've never seen this film and you're literally just going by me explaining it, already you're thinking that's a bit guff. Well, yes, you're not wrong. It is. But as a kid, it was quite funny to watch. But then you've also got these superpowers that that Superman uses that you've never seen him use before. Like when he's against Nuclear Man starts smashing down the Great Wall of China, just like throwing his hands at it, and knocking all the bricks off. And then you've got Superman then just, once the dust has settled, he just goes to the Great Wall of China, just starts looking at it, just starts building it. Just, just by looking at it, it's ridiculous. But I bought it as a kid. I was just like, well, yeah, of course he can do that. There's a part as well where Nuclear Man sets off this volcano. Now, rather than just going to the volcano and using his ice breath, which we've seen him use in other films, now this one, he flipping laser beams the top of a mountain off and then flies the top of the mountain and throws it into the volcano and just plugs it in. It's ridiculous. There's some very, very strange bits in this film. As I say, parts that you can look back on and kind of laugh at. Some people, say that this film's too bad to rewatch, but some people say that this film's so bad that it's fun. So I'm not sure what you think of it. You'll have to let me know in the comment section below. I can watch it for a bit of nostalgia, but otherwise this isn't the one that I like to rewatch, really. Superman 4 was an absolute disaster at the box office, earning just 15 million in the US, and it's largely blamed for killing off the franchise until Superman Returns in 2006. It was such a long wait until we got that film, and it's, all down to this one. This film is now really remembered as a cautionary tale. It didn't have the budget, the care, or the time to really do the Superman character any justice. So my final thoughts on Superman 4, A Quest for Peace, is that it's a bit of a mess, really, but an interesting mess. It's what happens when a passionate idea meets a butchered budget and a rushed production schedule. So is it a good film? Not really. Is it rewatchable? Sure, if you want some nostalgic cringe and you're willing to deal with Superman handling global politics in under 90 minutes. So there you go, guys. That's been my review on Superman 4, A Quest for Peace. I certainly hope I've not made it all doom and gloom, because there are some moments that I can kind of treasure, especially when watching them as a kid. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious